We are so excited to welcome Chelsea Knuth, who is known as the Wisconsinista on Instagram. She's like a Wisconsin travel creator, blogger, influencer, all the fun travel things to honestly show more great, like just not even hidden gems, but just like regular gems all throughout Wisconsin. We were so excited, particularly to talk to her about all things fall in Wisconsin and help create a bucket list that people have to do this season. So Chelsea, welcome to the cabin. Thank you for being here.
Welcome.
Thanks. It's very cozy in here. I'm excited.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's nice and warm.
It's toasty.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So how long have you been the Wisconsinista and like providing this content?
Yeah, so I started the account in June of 2018, which is right after I graduated college. I loved Wisconsin, and I had grown up seeing all these different parts of it, and it was like, how do I communicate this? Because a lot of people around me were like, Wisconsin is just cornfields or it's boring, and I was like, this is not my experience. Like, there's so much more than this. And so Instagram ended up being the perfect platform, just promoting all that we have to do right here in the state.
Honestly, creating a fall bucket list seemed like the perfect thing to have you in the cabin for. So let's start there. What is your, like, first of all, what is still on your fall bucket list that you haven't done yet?
Oh, there's a lot. I think most of all, like, there's a ton of hikes that I just haven't gotten to. I hike a lot. That's one of the main focuses of the blog. And, you know, being based in southeastern Wisconsin, it's hard to get up to the northwestern corner of the state especially, and even some Northwoods hikes. So I'd love to see, like, Amnicon in the fall, or some of those other state parks up there, some of the waterfalls, go up to Bayfield in the fall. I've done it in the summer. And then just other big events, like Oktoberfest in La Crosse is the biggest one. You know, it's iconic to Wisconsin, and, you know, I'm a German dancer, so I love Oktoberfest events, but haven't been to the biggest one. So,
I think about this time last year, we were talking about things that we wanted to do in the coming fall, and I said that I wanted to bake a homemade apple pie, and I did it and had a great time, and still think that's the best thing I've ever cooked. So this year, I want to make a homemade pumpkin pie. That's one of my bucket list items. I want to go, like, pick a pumpkin and do whatever you have to do to make it into a pie.
We will hold you accountable, Dave. We will require a photo for social media to make sure that you did it.
To kind of piggyback on Dave's thing, I've been to orchards and visited, but I haven't really done the apple picking kind of stuff and the baking. I cook a lot. I don't bake much, but I should try something along those lines myself. But yeah, we went to like the Apple Barn, for example, which is near the El Morro Winery and Vineyard, which is just outside Trempealeau. And I was there in the fall. Well, actually, it was really late summer. The leaves were just starting to change. But I will bet, first of all, amidst the bluffs, the fall colors there are amazing. But to pick the apples fresh off the tree and do something with them, whether you make cider or pie or whatever, that would be... Yeah, I've never gone through that whole process. I should do that this fall.
I never really realized how many different types of apples there are.
It's insane.
The little minute flavor details that you will then pick up in your pie, versus like just buying an apple pie, you're like, tastes like apples.
Yeah.
Chelsea, do you have any, I might be putting you on the spot here, but do you know of any like real top-notch like apple orchards or like farms that people can go do apple picking?
So I'm kind of like Eric. I haven't done a ton of it myself. However, growing up in Mequon, a really good local place is Barthel Fruit Farm, and it's on the west side of Mequon, and it's great. Their Honeycrisp apples are our family's favorite, but they have a whole bunch of different kinds. I know you can go in and pick stuff yourself, and then you can also just buy it if that's kind of your thing.
Chelsea, let's go back and talk about your and Eric's mutual love, which is road trips and scenic drives.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of great options for the fall. And growing up, we went to the Three Lakes area a lot up north. And so one of my fall recommendations for anybody looking for a road trip or even just, you know, a scenic drive that you're going to take for a little while is the Nicolay Wolf River Scenic Byway, and particularly the Military Road area.
That is on my list because for my road trip website, State Trunk Tour, I've been following the numbered roads, and they've been telling me about that scenic byway, and I've wanted to check that out and do it in detail, and I might do that here in the next several weeks. because I do have some time open now, and I can actually get there and enjoy the fall colors too. And the old military road, so you're going up near kind of where it connected Fort Howard and Fort Wilkins. Up at Copper Harbor, Michigan. That's what the old military road did. It goes through like a lot of the North Woods up there. And so I'm looking forward to seeing both of those things because it's not only natural beauty, there's some cool history there too.
You can do some scenic drives, but you can also do some scenic boats.
Oh, yeah. So this is going to dive back to Lake Geneva and all of that good stuff. But one of my favorite things to do in the fall is extend things that are typically for summer. So a great one is boat tours. And the Lake Geneva Cruise Line goes through the end of October.
Where's your favorite fall hiking spot?
Can I give you 3?
No.
Hit me with it.
Yes, you can.
Okay, so I'm going to do one in the Northwoods, one in the Driftless, and then one in southeastern Wisconsin. Those are kind of my 3.
Love it.
Okay, great.
Jinx.
One in the 715, one in the 608, one in the
414.
414-6162. Oh, geez.
262.
262.
You got it.
Boy, I was flowing so well there for a minute. Thank you, Jenny. All right.
I'll start up. So if you're in the Northwoods, I really love the Star Lake Nature Trail, and it's in Vilas County, if I'm right.
St. Air Star Lake area.
Correct. Yeah, and that was my first time. I've gone to Eagle River a whole bunch, and I love all of it, but it was my first time drifting over to that area. And the trail's awesome. There's kind of 2 loops you can take. The shorter one stays really in the forest the whole time, and then the longer loop goes around the lake. And if you're there at peak color, not only are you hiking through awesome foliage, but then you're looking across the lake and you're seeing the foliage too. Maybe there's a theme here, like the boat tours, the lake hikes. You know, it's all about seeing the colors from the water. So if we jump over to the Driftless Area, this one is not, I wouldn't call it like you're not hiking for distance, but it's one of my favorite like hidden spots. And
it's a hidden what?
Say it.
It's a hidden gem. And it's actually at the rest area in Black River Falls. So if you're driving westbound, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Yeah, if you're driving westbound and you get off at the Black River Falls rest area, which is number 54, behind it is this trail entrance. And it looks like there's trees, but it's very unassuming. And it says it's only a third of a mile. I always feel like it's longer than that. It's paved, but it goes uphill, and then you end up at this huge scenic overlook. And you're on top of the hill, but it almost feels like, you know, it's all flat when you're looking out. So you must be at the edge of some landmark there. And it's just the most amazing view. It's free. It's easy to get to. And in the fall, it's so pretty. Southeastern Wisconsin, I think we're all going to know this one, but Seven Bridges Trail at Grant Park. That one's great. And I think especially if you miss peak color, because I've come at peak color and I've come after peak color, that's a cool place if you're like, shoot, you know, it's November. I missed all the like main foliage. The whole, like when all the leaves fall there, it just turns like bright orange. So it's actually one of those places that's very cool through like the true end of fall.
What else you got for us, Chelsea?
I think it's worthwhile for any Wisconsinite to spend a fall night or a fall weekend in a cabin. And there's some great rentals around the state. There's some hotels that are like cabin style, which is really cool. So there are so many options that you can find out there. One that I stayed at is the Marydale Resort in Rhinelander, just a smaller cottages type of place on Lake George, I believe. Super pretty in the fall. And then there's a hotel out in Siren that is a Northwoods Lodge, and it's
that's a Best Western hotel, yeah.
It's epic. I knew about it before I got there, obviously, and then I walked in the door and I was like, whoa.
Chelsea, this has been such a great and honestly jam-packed like bucket list episode for the fall. Thank you so much for coming on. Where can people follow you and see more of your fall adventures?
Yeah, super easy. It's at the Wisconsinista on Instagram and Facebook.